Hey everyone, Switch here. It has been a while since I made any fear videos of any topic, but there's only one thing that reminded me of something that Izzy did said in her first movie, that she found something back in the Brotherhood when she was younger, and it just showed the message that Sunny did send away in this lantern with her father Argyle. And that reminded me, it actually reminded me of that AC mentioned that she found this lantern and this message, but she never explained in like detail how she found it or exactly at one point. So my fear video is gonna be about that. Well, will be based on least my opinion. We don't know exactly at which point when Izzy found this note. It could have been weeks or perhaps even a year after this lantern was sent. Since not much of that then has never been focused in detail when or how Izzy found this note. But assuming there are different ways that she could find it, like what if this lantern did manage to reach Bridalwood? But there are a few ways that this could actually be happened. Like it could have been stuck in a tree branch, just and hanging there, and Izzy was the only one who even dared to even walk around that near the edge of the Bridalwood. Since we don't know exactly where exactly this lantern did end up, though. It could have been near the edge of the forest or even near her home. So, assuming from at least it was some distant from the actual Bridalwood settlement. But this lantern can also have been, could have been end up being stuck in a tree branch. Or it could even end up on some bushes and been there for a while, and that's Izzy just stumbled on it while she was out for a walk. So it's a little bit difficult to know exactly, since we never been given much detail from Izzy's point of view how she came across this lantern. But she did point out that in her statement that she has always wanted to be going to Maritime Bay because of this particular lantern of this message. When she heard it was actually Sunny who had made this message when she was around the same age as Izzy when she found it, she lightened up, and it was a beautiful moment to see that. I can understand, at least from many point of views in this, but my opinion, as since at the time that when Izzy found this particular lantern, none of her Unicorn friends or herself didn't had any magic. So if this lantern was hanging from a tree branch, it might be at least low enough that she could use maybe a stick to grab it to fall down on the ground. But what if there's another possibility? What if this lantern wasn't hanging from a tree branch, or it wasn't even stuck in some bushes? Since Sunny and her father did send this lantern in the air, what if assuming that this lantern was flying in the air, and since it was like a small candle in this lantern, and since those candles usually will burn out, means it will lower itself towards the ground. Assuming from one point of view, or there's a possibility, what if that the lantern was still burning, well, the candle, and it was still flying, and it actually flew in the Brotherwood forest without hitting any trees. And Izzy was out for a walk in the middle of the forest when she was just very young, and that she saw this lantern flying up front of her. She was not scared, but she was very surprised and puzzled what this lantern is coming from, and she noticed there was some sort of a note attached to it. And as when this lantern was close enough and even low near her edge or her height, she managed to grab it and saw this note and started reading it. And that might be the one who actually sparked interest that she wanted to go to Maritime Bay. I mean, it's a possibility that this lantern. I mean, there's a few ways that it's how she could have found it. It could have been hanging from a tree branch, or it could have been stuck on some bushes somewhere in the forest, and that she came across it by just another walk. But my third option is that what if she was just out for a walk, and this lantern was still flying due to this candle, and that the candle was probably on its the last burning point, and why the lantern was flying so low towards the ground, and that Izzy could grab it, and notice there was a note attached to it. After that, she read the note, and it sparked on her interest, and now she wanted to go to Maritime Bay and just want to see what this place were. I mean, it's very likely that every single unicorn knew about Maritime Bay and Zephyr Heights. I mean, it's considering that the ponies didn't like each other at the time. Like, they had held each other for responsible for the magic just vanished and all that. There was a lot of paranoia and mistrust because of betweenness. So assuming that at least that every single unicorn in Bridlewood knew about Maritime Bay and even Zephyr Heights. And that's the reason. So assuming that Izzy found the note somehow, and that she's read it, but it was like an invitation to come to Maritime Bay, and that she wanted to go to Maritime Bay to see this town and meet the pony who actually sent this message. But knowing that none of the other unicorns would even go with her, and knowing that when she was still young, her family would not even allow her to go by herself. So that may also be the reason why she never went to Maritime Bay until many years later, which makes sense. Because if her parents found out that she went off to Maritime Bay, they would be terrified of what happened to her. So, but still, the note has sparked an interest that she wanted to go to see this place of her own. But also that she actually was like Sunny. She wanted to have friends. Despite they were a unicorn or an earth pony or a Pegasi. She was among the few, or perhaps the only one of the most, at the time, ponies that actually wanted to have a friend of the different kind. She didn't even care if it was a unicorn or as a Pegasus or even Earth Pony. She believed in the stories of the old times that ponies used to be friends, unlike most others who didn't believe any of that. So, my opinion, somehow Izzy found the note when she was a filly, what she did stated. But my opinion is that it could have been the third option. It was flying so low to the ground, and she grabbed the note and sparked an interest that she wanted to go to see this place, but she had to wait some time before she could go. Makes sense though, if you ask me. So, my test was based on my opinion and thoughts of this could potentially happen, how Izzy Moonbow actually found Sunny's note. So, if anyone has their own opinion or thoughts, or at least thinks how Izzy found Sunny's message, please let me know in the comment section below. And as always, this is Switch Diablo, over and out.